Working on a short sale right now with a buyer, and I thought I'd share a little bit about short sales and also get into the differences between short sales and foreclosures. All right, so a foreclosure is the bank has said, hey, you're done, we're taking your property, and they take it back because you haven't made payments, and then they do whatever they want with it. Usually they're going to sell it, right? Short sale is you as the owner saying, I need to sell, but I cannot sell it without not paying you back in full, Mr. Bank, and getting the bank to say, okay, we'll take the loss as long as we have these terms and we've agreed upon it. So right now I'm dealing with a short sale, and I think it's really important as a buyer to understand that when you're in a short sale, sometimes the bank has already approved whatever price is on the MLS, right? They've worked with that listing agent, they've gotten a number approved, and they say, hey, go get me this number and we'll take it, we're good to go. A lot of times, especially if that listing agent doesn't have experience with short sales, that conversation has not been had yet. So when you put that offer in, it's really important to understand if that's happened or not yet, because it's going to give you a little bit of indication as to how long it's going to take to hear back from the bank. If you've got a bank that has not approved it yet, it could take months to hear back, depending upon the department that they've got that works on specific short sales. But if you've got a bank that's already approved it and you come in at that number, it's probably not going to take that long, right? Now, if you've got a bank where you've built the communication as a listing agent, you've had a conversation about a number, but the buyer comes in lower, it still might take some time. It could take a week, it could take 6 months, you don't know. But it's likely going to be a shorter time frame because you've already established communication with that. So I always tell my buyers, just be ready for a timeline that, number one, is unknown. You don't know if it's going to close in 30 days or is it going to close in 6 months. We don't know. You've got to be okay with that, or at least open to that, right? You don't know when and if they're going to approve it. So they could approve it in 5 months. They could decline it in 4 months. They could approve it in a week. They could decline it in a week and a half. You have no idea. You've got to be okay with that. Also, as a buyer's agent, I want to find a good listing agent to work with. Now, I don't really have a choice, because if we're interested in this specific home and it's a short sale, well, I'm stuck with whoever's listing it. It is what it is. But I'm going to poke and prod a little bit to see how experienced they are with short sales. And like I said, have they had that communication with the bank yet and got that number approved? That's going to be able to inform me about what preparations I need to create with my buyers, right? Just to kind of tell them expectation-wise how this process is probably going to go based on what I'm hearing from that listing agent. Guys, hopefully that helps. If you've got more questions, feel free to put them in the comments below.